It's now time for the morning show on XL7-TV.
It's time for the morning show on XL7-TV. I'm Bob Rechtenwald, and this is Scooter.
Whoop, whoop.
Scott Callies.
How are you?
It's another Monday. It is a Monday.
It is a Monday on a Wednesday.
It is a Monday on a Wednesday.
It's a Wednesday for me.
It is a Wednesday for you?
Yeah, I'm going to start following the calendar.
You are?
Yeah, he can keep having Mondays. Mondays I don't like, so I'm going to stop. I keep having them.
Then you're liking it, are you? You're hoping you are?
I'm hoping that will make a difference. I don't know.
Let me know how it works out. Maybe I'll try that.
Yeah, you never know.
However, it's just going to be a busy day.
Is it?
Yeah, going to be busy. A lot of things to do. Yeah. Got your participants all ready for your traveling this weekend?
They are. We've got practice tomorrow, and then they're probably off on Thursday, and then we'll be traveling
Tomorrow
on
is
Friday.
Thursday.
Or today. We got practice today. Sorry. Probably off
what
tomorrow.
Day is it,
and
Scooter?
Friday we'll be headed out.
Don't change the subject. What day is today?
Today is Wednesday. It's not Monday, I tell you.
It's not Monday.
You're gonna make it turn into one, but
You're off to a good start.
no kidding. But yes, they're ready.
They're ready.
As ready as they're gonna be.
Yeah, and that's all right.
It's a different style, and it's something that a number of them are really new this year at it, and it's just got to get out and do it. I mean, that's pretty much it. You can practice it, but till you get in a live match, it doesn't really add up.
Right. Practice makes perfect, but when you're not practicing against someone that has been doing it a long time, it makes it a little difficult. But what's amazing is they transition to that very well, and they compete.
Yeah, they do. We've got two of them, of course, Amelia Fraunfelter and Austin Kelly's, who have done it before and have done quite well with it. Mm-hmm. And then we've got a few new ones at it. So
few newbies.
Few newbies, just kind of put them in the mix. You got to start somewhere. So.
Yep. So what did you get accomplished in yesterday's nice afternoon?
The afternoon, diddly.
Diddly.
Now during the day was good. We got some poles set.
Got some fence posts set.
Fence poles set. Got some things done that needed to get done. I was tickled pink. So.
Just being tickled's exciting, right?
There you go. Had a pretty good day. Yeah, not too bad.
All right. It's morning prayer time, brought to you by Roller Funeral Home of Arkansas. 29 locations to serve you, one in Memphis, Tennessee. With all our respect, is not just their motto, it's the way they do business. Renata Jenkins Byler and all her staff across the state do a wonderful time in your time of grief and your time of need. Give them a call at 870-425-2161, and they'll be glad to tell you where the local Roller Funeral Home is to you. And now the morning prayer. Father God, just thank you for who you are and what you do for us in our lives. Lord, we just pray that you will continue to bless us, keep us, and give us wisdom and knowledge to deal with things that we can, and give you the patience and the encouragement to deal with things that we cannot and we do not have any control over. And Lord, we just pray that you will lean on our government to start to fly right and let them understand that they are where they are for the people and not for themselves. And Lord, we just pray that you will continue to be with our students as they are wrapping up the final chapter of this school year. Be with our instructors, our teachers, our administration. Lord, we just pray that you will bless them and just keep them safe. Lord, we just thank you for all the things that you do and what for you mean to. Let me try that again. And what you mean to us in our lives on a daily basis. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
My tongue got in front of my eye teeth, couldn't see what I was trying to say.
I hear you. Yeah. I hear you. We noticed.
We all
noticed.
It's exciting.
Yes.
Roller Funeral Home of Arkansas, with all our respect. Highway 5 North, just past Hospital Drive on the right-hand side of the road. The biggest American flag you've probably ever seen. Pull in there. Go talk to them about pre-planning, cemetery, funeral services, mausoleum. They have some beautiful facilities over there. And they can help you. They can help you in your time of grief. Grief awareness is probably something that people just don't release a lot. They don't let go of the grief, and some folks it takes them a long time to mourn, so they need to go get some assistance with that. And I'm sure Roller Funeral Home can give you some help. And now it's time for a quick word from Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z-Team, Century 21 Lee Mack Realty. Here in Mountain Home, 870-405-0793 is their phone number. Retiredarkansas.net is their website. And here's a quick word.
Well, folks, have you been trout fishing before?
Not since I was a little kid.
You'll do fine.
Hey, what are you doing?
Aren't you coming along?
See you downriver.
How do you start this motor? I've never been in a boat before.
See you downriver.
Well, folks, have you sold a house before?
Yeah, about 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you'll be okay then.
You sure?
Where are you going?
See you at the closing.
Hey!
At the closing.
We should have called the Z-Team.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. It's time for the weather and the dam reports brought to you by Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z-Team, Century 21 Lee Mack Realty. 870-405-0793 is their phone number. Retiredarkansas.net is their website. If you go there, click on live views, this is what you see.
Beautiful
Boy, that's
morning.
a great shot.
Mm-hmm. You'll see on some of the close-up ones when we get into those how much water is flowing. I mean, the current is strong today.
It's just a rolling.
Yep.
What you're looking at is a shot of Cotter, Arkansas from the Marion County, Arkansas side of the White River. If you can go to a zoom shot, maybe. There we go. There is that water you're talking about just rolling right along. Be hard to hold a boat still in that.
It would be. I'd just be floating and going down with it is what I would do today.
Let's go back to our other. Well, let it pan out there. Let's go back to our other shot. That's our original shot there. It's because of the sun, you can't hardly see, but the Rainbow Bridge is to your left with the trellis bridge behind it for the railroad tracks. The City of Cotter's baseball field is there in front of us. Contractor Truss off to the right. Way off, about 1 o'clock, is the Witch's Hat Water Tower. Way off in the distance is the state of Missouri. They call that, what do you call that? Scooter knob or something?
Scooter Mountain.
Oh, now it's a mountain?
Now it's a mountain.
Went
yeah.
from a knob to a hill to a mountain.
That's Scooter Mountain.
It's
been
just
dug.
it's like Scooter's head. It grows.
Yes.
Off to your left would be the city of Bull Shoals, and off to the right where the fog is, that way off in the distance would be the city of Mountain Home. There's a great shot for you. The rolling shoals there at the White River.
That is a beautiful shot.
Rainbow Depot is the Railroad Depot is there to your left as well. These shots are brought to you each morning by Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z-Team, Century 21 Lee Mack Realty, 870-405-0793. We'll let them scroll through and I'll read some temperatures. Currently in Mountain Home, it's 51. Harrison is 50. Batesville, 45. Yellville, 45. Marshall is the low one at 39, along with Mountain View. Salem is 48. Calico Rock is 51. West Plains, Missouri, 48. Springfield, Missouri, 52. Poplar Bluff, Missouri, 44. 50. Take a look at the radar. And the radar, man, it's clear. Getting some storms down around New Orleans and a little bit of snow up in Montana, and some snow in Oregon and Washington. But as far as our areas, and we'll go back in, if it'll let me. There we go. Get back into Arkansas here. From Rogers to Blytheville, Fayetteville, Jonesboro, over Fort Smith, over to Memphis, Conway, Little Rock, Hot Springs, Benton, Pine Bluff, Texarkana, down to Greenville, Mississippi. The whole state of Arkansas is just clear. And we need a little clear for a while.
We do. We've had enough rain, enough moisture.
Let that keep on traveling on. Watches and warnings. Well, Missouri is clear. Oklahoma, for the most part, is clear. Texas as well. Louisiana. We've got some Gulf Coast stuff going on there. Coastal flood advisory and a flood warning down around New Orleans and a flood watch. But Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky, Missouri, Arkansas, all looks pretty good. We need to bring up the pollen. Start watching the pollen.
Okay, I'll start putting that back on.
7-day forecast. Today, sunny, high of 76. Tonight, mostly clear, low of 48. Thursday, high of 75 and mostly sunny. Thursday night, partly cloudy, low of 51. Friday, 78 degrees, mostly sunny. Friday night, 20% chance of rain, low of 58. Saturday, slight chance of thunderstorms and chance of shower, breezy, high of 78. Saturday night, partly cloudy, breezy, mostly clear, low of 45. And on Sunday, high of 67, sunny and breezy. Next week for the early part, it's going to be sunny on Monday, near 75 degrees, and mostly sunny on Tuesday, near 74.
Quick recap on the pollen. You were asking on that. Today, tree pollen is very high today, tomorrow, and Friday. Very high. Grass pollen is high all 3 days, today, tomorrow, and Friday. And ragweed is nones, just so we know where things are at right now. So
That's the baseline where we start.
Yep.
High.
Yep. You'll start seeing a lot of allergies popping up.
There you go. It's time for dam reports and the lake levels. And here we go. Lake Norfolk. 563.22, which is 1.22 above full pool of 552. They're currently generating 1 with 6 spillway gates are open. Lake Bull Shoals. 673.27, which is 14.27 above full pool of 659. They're currently generating 4, and they have 17 spillway gates open.
Phew.
That's a lot of water moving.
Yeah, both from both dams.
That's the weather, the lake level, and dam reports brought to you by Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z-Team, Century 21 Lee Mack Realty. 870-405-0793 is their number. Retiredarkansas.net is their website. You can go there and check them out. We'll be right back. You're watching the morning show on XL7-TV.
Hi, Brett, Fritz, and Paisley here at Mower Warehouse on Buzzard Roost Road. We sell Ferris zero-turn mowers that have patented coil spring suspension. Mower Warehouse has the largest selection of Ferris zero-turn mowers in stock. 0% financing available. We buy, sell, trade new and used mowers. Mower Warehouse also services all brands of mowers. We offer free delivery. Come see us for all your mower needs. That's Mower Warehouse on Buzzard Roost Road in Mountain Home, where your business is appreciated.
Have you ever?
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. It's time for community news and happenings brought to you by Mower Warehouse, located at Buzzard Roost Road. Well, what I call Buzzard Roost Road. I guess it's Buzzard Roost Cutoff and Highway 178.
Yes. I call it Buzzard Roost Road, but it is the cutoff. I guess the road is on the other side.
Yeah, see, Buzzard Roost used to be from Cardinal all the way to the lake.
But then they put the bypass in and they split it up between Cutoff and Buzzard Roost Road.
No, it's still 178 the whole way.
Oh,
actually, 178 starts at the golf course.
For the love of Pete, here we go.
Do
We're
you understand me?
You
From
cannot
the
miss
golf
them
course,
if you'll go from the bypass on the Buzzard
if you'll
Roost Cutoff.
take the bypass and turn left or right, depending on which way you're going. Here's a better way to do it. Just get on Buzzard Roost Road. Folks know it as Buzzard Roost Road.
Yeah.
And look for some mowers hanging in the air.
Yeah, they got mowers front, on the side, hanging in the air, inside, outside, everywhere.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. They've got mowers everywhere.
And they'll work on about everything.
Yes. They will service it about anything. They carry most parts for most brands, especially if you're looking for something, specific. They usually have it or can get it in for you.
And you mentioned the other day they have parts for generators as well.
Yeah, they've got generators. You can go in and buy generators, and they've got, like I said, anything for your outside. I don't want to do this, but it's starting anyways. I got to get it done. Needs.
Do they?
That's kind of where I'm at.
Do they still offer come to you service?
Yes, they do. They do. They can come pick up your mower or come work on your mower wherever you're at.
Cool. Mower Warehouse, 178 in Buzzard Roost Cutoff Road. It's time for community news and happenings. Let's take a quick look at, see if there's any news worth talking about. No, that one's not good. And that one's even worse.
We try to be positive
That
here.
one's no better. Unemployment numbers improved in February for Arkansas and counties in Missouri. That's pretty good.
There you go.
That's no good. Voting machine test is today. Getting ready for the big election in May.
It's coming.
What else? As far as news goes, there ain't enough to talk about. So let's go on to the community news. Go on to the happenings.
The happenings. This is what's happening.
Friends of the NRA 2023, the Future of Freedom fundraising banquet for the NRA is Tuesday, April the 18th at 5:30 at Baxter County Fairgrounds. 1507 Fairgrounds Drive. If you want tickets to attend this, call Dan Hall at 870-421-2322, Joanna Baxter at 870-424-3535, or Bo Trammell at 870-402-9002. A single dinner is $35, a couple is $60, and you can get into the raffle packs that range from $100 all the way up to $2,500. The $2,500 table gets you 8 dinners and a Daniel Defense DDM 4V7.
There you go.
Any idea what that is?
A gun.
Okay. I'll take your word for it.
I'm assuming that, but I will tell you this, though. If you need tickets, I'd be getting them pretty quick because they usually sell out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dan Hall, Joanna Baxter, or Bo Trammell. Get a hold of one of them, and they'll be glad to help you with that. The 7th annual Night with Your Knight mother-son dinner event presented by the Mountain Home Christian Academy. Tickets are $30. The VIP is $35. It's Friday, April the 21st. 2 age times for that, ages 3 through 9, from 5:30 to 7:30, and then from 10 and up is 8 to 10 on that Friday night. This will be held at the ASU Mountain Home The Shed, and you can get more information on that by contacting them or pulling it up online at mountainhomechristianacademy.com, or you can give them a call at 870-424-6622. The next night, on Saturday, April the 22nd, is the 10th annual Father-Daughter Ball. It's a father-daughter dance and dessert presented by Mountain Home Christian Academy. Tickets are $25 for that event. The VIP is $30. It has limited seating, so reservations are required. This is also going to be held at the Shed at ASU Mountain Home. It's 3 age divisions in it. It would be 3 through 7 from 2 to 3:30. 8 through 11 will be 4:30 to 6, and from 12 and up will be 7 to 8:30. Did you ever participate in that?
Yes, I've done the father-daughter ball for quite a few years, and Amanda and my son did the Night with Your Knight for quite a few years.
Cool.
It was a lot of fun.
Hiram Shattuck's Health and Rehab would be holding a Medicaid awareness. Join Hiram Shattuck's for a community event on healthcare decision-making, Medicaid benefits and requirements. April the 28th from 11 to 2 at 1100 Pine Tree Lane here in Mountain Home. Questions and answer session will be at 12:30 with Arkansas Asset Protection Group. Lunch and beverages will be provided. You can contact Jennifer Begley at 870-404-2444 or Jordan Stevenson at 870-706-1797. Medicaid, Medicare are two things that a lot of people just don't understand.
That's confusing because it changes all the time.
Yeah, it's like every year you've got to do something different in typical government. And there we go. That's enough said about that. The 21st annual Cotter First Security Bank Cotter Trout Festival will be held at Big Spring Park at Cotter. Tickets are $5 each, or $5 for $20. The duck race tickets are $1 each, 6 for $5, 25 for $20. Cash and prizes, all kinds of stuff going on. Live entertainment. Katie Laney Project will be there from 10:30 to 12:30. Leslie Williams Band will be there from 1:30 to 3:30. The Nick Reed Band will be there from 5 to 8:15. Just sounds like a lot of good stuff going on there, and we'll talk more about it. It'll be the 6th day of May from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. Got anything else?
Nope, I'm good.
That's been Community News and Happenings, brought to you by Mower Warehouse, Highway 178, Buzzard Roost Cutoff Road. Look for them there. You can't miss them. There you go. You're watching The Morning Show on XL7-TV. We'll be back just a minute.
Notice every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detailed services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain
and spiritual aspects of life, while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
When you're out of town, make sure your pet is with someone who will love them as much as you do. At 201 Pet Salon and Resort, your pet is cared for just as they would be at home. 201 Pet Salon and Resort is the only all-suite climate-controlled and air-filtered boarding facility in the area with private and spacious rooms to keep your pet relaxed. And with over 3/4 of an acre of fenced play area, your pet will receive the proper exercise they deserve. 201 also offers professional grooming services. Your best friend is in good hands at 201 Pet Salon and Resort in Mountain Home.
Here we go.
SOLAR solar panels. SOLAR solar panels. Well, all you need to do is call the solar guys. Just smile and save money on the next sunrise. SOLAR solar panels.
Call the Solar Guys, your local solar experts. Find out how you can save money on the next sunrise.
SOLAR solar panels.
All you've ever wanted was a place to write your story. You hear it's not the right time to buy or sell a house, but really, the best time is when it's right for you. The real estate markets, they change, they go up, they go down. One thing that doesn't change is where you want to be in your life. The professionals you team up with will make your story happen. The Z Team are the professionals you need to hire for your next chapter. So call the Z Team at 870-405-0793, Century 21 Lemac Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East, retiredtoarkansas.net.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. This morning, my guests are Enoch Pepin and Megan Engeler from Mountain Home Parks and Recreation. It's too late, Scooter. You can't just try to slide that in there because you missed it this morning during your normal time. Therefore, it's
I got to watch that back.
It is a loss.
Yeah, before I acknowledge that, I gotta watch it back.
It's a loss. You got beat today. How are y'all this morning?
Fantastic. How are you doing?
He's got a lot of energy.
Scooter, he doesn't sound too energetic this morning.
I'm up at 4:45 every morning.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What do you do that early in the morning?
What do you sleep in?
Yeah, I'm sleeping in at 45. What do I do at 4:45? Shower, get dressed, take care of the dog, sit down and drink coffee. It's the quiet before the storm, and then my two girls are up.
No, there you go.
So I like to be completely ready for whatever they're going to throw at me. So
when you sat down this morning, Scooter said, "Oh, there's trouble." Was there a story behind that?
Just Scooter being Scooter.
Just Scooter?
He's just projecting his personality on
There's
other
a lot
folks.
of stories that we can show us with Enoch.
He's
just projecting on me. That's all he's doing.
Just project.
That's it.
Enoch, how long have you been working for Elsie Sims Youth Center?
Too long?
Yeah, long time. At the end of May, 16 years.
16 years.
It'll be 16 years at the end of May.
Wow. Megan, how about you?
2.5, 3, maybe. I'm not quite sure.
But that's deceiving because she was also, working at the pool for for years.
11 years or so.
Yeah.
Megan's a lifer. She's been in Mountain Home. Of course, she went off to college and had to go make a name for herself down in Arkadelphia, Parks and Rec down there, and then she came home.
I did.
Are you glad to be back?
I am. It's nice being back with my parents, for sure.
But you miss Big Town?
No, no, not really. I miss my friends that are down there, but just seeing Mountain Home and seeing it grow with the department that we have going on right now, it's just outstanding to be a part of. So I'm really enjoying it.
Enoch, over 16 years working with Parks and Rec, what is the biggest change you've seen?
Wow. Honestly, I think the biggest change I've seen, other than the things that are going to come as far as, it's just it came on in 2007, and it just seems that the community, every year, it seems like the community just becomes and wants to become more and more involved. It's what it seems like. Not that they weren't before, but, it's almost when events come up, we almost don't have to solicit as much as we're getting the phone call saying, hey, this is coming up. How am I part of it? So for me, the biggest change is just seeing that
Engagement.
The engagement of the community, just wanting to be a part of whatever the city's doing, whatever that event is. That's been huge for me. So,
and Megan, 2.5 to 3 years that you've been back, but you grew up here and you've seen LC Sammons Youth Center evolve from the beginning to where we are today. What's the big changes that you've noticed?
Just speaking of the youth center itself, just the amount of programming that's going on, that Enoch and Andrew and Miss Kelly that they do, they really try to make an impact on these kids' lives whenever they're over there. I'm seeing more of that right now than what I did as growing up here, maybe just because I'm more in tune with what all is going on there. But as the department overall, it's just, like Enoch said, just other people in the community engaging with Parks and Recreation, LC Sammons Youth Center, and then just continuing to grow. And that's what we're really excited about and looking forward to, I think.
And we know there's a lot of changes we've got the new tax that was passed a couple of years ago, and we've got some new changes coming on. Shine some light on what you're expecting to happen with these changes, Enoch.
What it seems like will be able to happen is one of them is what I thought was a huge gap here in Mountain Home, which is, the youth center, we're ages 8 to 14.
Mm-hmm.
And then after they, aged out, there was really nothing until then you are just an adult and then you're doing what you want to go do. So I think that the biggest part of this that the community will benefit from is we'll still be doing youth programming at the youth center, ages 8 to 14. But to be able to, for 15-year-old and up, to have a place to go to stay out of trouble, to still stay active, to have a place to go still be with friends, to go play sports, to
some organized events,
organized events that'll keep that group of people between 15 and 18, to give them somewhere productive and positive to go. I think that's going to be huge.
But with the new community center, it's not just 15 to 18; it's 15 to 90.
It's 15 to whatever age you are.
Yeah.
Which there's a gap there. And once you age out, there was really nothing else for you to do besides either get in trouble or go get a job.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think having something like that they can still be somewhere productive, be somewhere positive, still have some programming and some structure that they can still go to, will be great. And then after that, then you still have, from 15 till whatever, you're still going in there and able to work out, walk, run, play pickleball, play hoops, whatever, the indoor year-round swim. So I think that'll be a huge, being there for 16 years, and I see a lot of kids that come to our programming, but after they age out at 14, and I'm walking through a store, I'm walking through Walmart, or I'm at an event seeing 15, 16-year-old kids that would come up and say, man, I miss going there. I wish I could still show up. I wish I could still be a member.
Mm-hmm.
And they could, but it's just different when they don't feel like there's a programming geared towards them. So I think that'll be that'll be, for me, from the inside, looking, at the youth, working with the youth, which is what I love to do. I think that'll be a huge factor in Mountain Home. There won't be an age of youth that feel, for lack of a better term, left out.
Right.
I think that'll be huge.
Megan, if you could look into your crystal ball and look at what's already planned, what makes you the most excited about the future plans that have been set forth?
Oh gosh.
You just thought it was going to be easy. I mean,
yeah, you're hitting
talk
me with
about
some
what you
hard
want to
questions.
talk about.
No, I'm excited to see a building that will be, like you said, pool wise. You're gonna have a pool open all year long, so that's awesome. That's gonna be taken advantage of by people of all ages. But just seeing that building and seeing the facility and what all could be happening there, whatever programs or instructional activities are happening there, just getting the community there and enjoying that is what I look forward to the most, and I think that everybody is going to be pleased, and they will step foot inside that building and just be wowed, and they'll find a way to get their lifestyle active or stay active, and really just come in and support the building, support the city by, you know, coming there and really partaking in that. It's gonna explode, and it's gonna be huge, and it's gonna be great.
It's gonna be fun.
Yes.
Let's take a quick break. You're watching the morning show on XL7-TV. We'll be back in just a minute.
Are you looking for the best barbecue in 2 states?
Holy smokes!
Want the meatiest fall-off-the-bone ribs?
Holy smokes!
The most tender and delicious pulled pork?
Holy smokes!
The tastiest brisket in the Ozarks?
Holy smokes!
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering is the only place you need to go. Dine in, carry out, and the best food for your next catered event.
Holy smokes!
We're your mountain home for great barbecue cooking.
Holy smokes!
A higher calling for your taste buds.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Overhead Door, a garage door company that has been with your family from the beginning, through all the ups and downs of life. From the small repairs to making your vision a reality. Overhead Door, your trusted garage door expert since 1921. Be sure you're getting the genuine, the original overhead door service.
Call Overhead Door Company of North Arkansas today in Mountain Home at Letty's.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. Enoch, Pepin, Megan Engeler are here this morning. They're with Mountain Home Parks and Recreations and the LC Sammons Youth Center. We were talking earlier about the future of what's going on with the Parks and Rec Department and things that are changing there. I took a ride out by the Willette Park, and I haven't been back on the baseball fields yet, but man, what a difference.
Huge difference.
Yes.
You know, I was involved in the girls softball league way back when we built the first concession stand and got the first field open. We just thought that was big time. Well, gosh, that makes us look like Ned and the First Reader.
But you know,
hey, you made the part of it happening, though.
Right. I mean, that's what I think every community, everybody who starts something in a community, that's what they're hoping for. You know, this is just the foundation. And then as the years go by, we'll get bigger, and that's what's happened. I mean, now they're getting turfed and
new LED lights, and turf, and drainage, and playground equipment, and holy cow!
And Keller, and I think Calista will have the timed lights where they can be scheduled to come on at a certain time and then scheduled to turn off at a certain time, and that makes it easier for everybody there as well when you're scheduling late practices and you have games that are running late. And we had a couple of games that ran a little late, and so Megan's able to get on there real quick and push it back 30-40 minutes. So it just makes everything, that's what you hope. Get
Internet
bigger,
controlled
better.
lighting system, is that what we got going on? That's pretty cool.
Basically.
Yeah, so that kind of stuff is neat. It's got to be cool on your side to see where it
Change.
started and then where it is
really,
now.
It really is.
I mean, at your age.
At my age.
A lot of changes.
Well, I've seen a lot of changes.
I was
over
being
the
polite.
But that's Scooter.
But
he
even
he missed his whoop whoop this morning, so that throws him
Is
off.
he sour grapes right now?
He'll be that way until tomorrow when he gets to whoop whoop again.
Scooter, listen, you also missed a hug from me.
I know. You didn't even come in and give me a hug. It's all right. No, it's fine.
So what's going on with the?
I was going to say the youth center is also getting an uplift.
Is
before
there
you
a
get off
reason
the
for
bed.
you to keep talking?
Yes, yes, because I didn't whoop whoop. I'm going to keep talking.
So the youth center's getting a facelift as well.
Yeah, it'll benefit from this process as well. We'll have everything will be updated: game room, gymnasium, movie screen.
Are y'all leaning toward a lot more of the esports type games as well? I know that
well,
AAA has actually made that a
That's going to be
sport.
for him.
Yes and no. So we have a couple of modern video game consoles there. Luckily, the community helped and helped us get those. So, and they have online play. But what we do is, we do have them because there are games, whether it's sports or racing games, that you can get online and play against other people. The downfall with having that is that I don't know who that person playing on the other end from California is that might have a microphone. So we allow the online play, but we do not allow any of the online communication, because there's no filter on the internet. So, but yeah, they benefit from that. We'll gear towards being able to get on and play racing games and sports.
And things are pretty guarded.
Things are very guarded. Yeah, we limit them very much as to what that interaction is. But what they benefit the most from it is, being able to be on two separate consoles and being able to play online with each other or against each other while sitting in the same room. So they have a blast with that. But at
that point, they're sitting pretty close.
They're sitting right next to each other, and they know who they're talking to, and we're okay.
So
with
are
that.
you.
Yes,
you're aware.
they're supervised everywhere. So we allow some online play, just we do not allow any online communication, just because you don't know who that other person is. So.
Megan, what's your main role at the youth center? Or with Parks and Rec?
Right now, I'm currently the recreation coordinator, so like the sports and everything that we're introducing. However, this year we've exploded in numbers, so Enoch and Andrew, they're kind of helping out with the sports for this season.
What sports does Mountain Home Park and Rec have going on right now?
We have softball, baseball, and soccer.
How many softball teams are we playing?
Softball teams.
17, 18,
yeah,
somewhere in there.
Somewhere
I think they're
around
sitting
that.
at around 200 registrations or so, 160, 180.
Yeah, I think
somewhere in
160.
there.
Are you recognizing some gaps in recreation softball in age groups to where you've got a bunch in one, a few in another?
Oh,
how's that working out for you?
Definitely.
That's been a struggle that we've had for
Yeah.
quite a while. The past years we haven't had enough to make like a 15U division, but this year we had enough to make 15U with two teams. So they kind of practice all together, and then they split out PE style for their games and get chosen on what team prior to their game, and they put their shirt on and go out there and play.
Like a Sandlot game.
Right.
Yeah, and our 12U division, since that 15U finally made, 12U is down now, so 12U is kind of in the same lot as the 15U division, so they're PE styling it too. But talking with the coaches and the players and the parents, they are really enjoying that.
What do you think's causing that gap?
It's live arm. So basically, you get your T-ball. Coach pitch goes all the way up to 8 years old. So from 4 to 8 is all coach pitch. And so you're going to have an influx of kids who are just trying to learn the sport, trying to find out if they're interested in the sport at all. And once it seems like in both sides, softball, baseball, once they get into that live arm, 9 and up, I think what starts to happen is that they have made up their mind that they love it or they don't. And then the ones who we still have numbers there, you have a couple of, since we're a recreational league, you still have a couple from that 9 and up that haven't played organized baseball or softball, and they too are just trying to, their friend plays it, their neighbor plays it, their cousin, they want to try it out too. But once you get to a certain age, you know you love it, and then that's when you're already at that age now. You're playing in school sports, or you're playing on travel squads.
Competitive.
You're playing competitively
Trying
in
out
sanctioned
your other
leagues,
sports.
and you're
And
trying.
that seems to
Volleyball
be
is really coming
that seems to
popular.
be a big problem as far as a rec sport goes. These young student, call them student athletes because they're trying to be.
Yep.
They're getting more involved with the competitive side where they're traveling more and they're traveling
Correct.
every weekend. They're playing tournaments 3 days a weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And a lot of the organizations don't allow you to play rec league and competitive league at the same time. So that's kind of taken away from the numbers, and that's my feeling on the gap that you guys are seeing.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot about your gaps and people saying, well, how come it used to be like this? Well, it's not that way anymore because we
It's
have
not.
more and
And
more
just-
competitive
yeah.
leagues.
Right.
A lot more travelers going
There's
on.
more travel, and Mountain Home is growing. So where in the past maybe there was one, when I was a kid, they called, like, when you were doing little league, it turned into, they called it an all-star team. But it, whereas in Mountain Home, maybe at one point there was enough players to make one all-star team to be a travel squad. But now when you start looking at these tournaments, there'll be 2-3 Mountain Home teams.
Yeah, now they've got a team for every age level.
Right. Mountain Home is growing, so that means that the competition is growing. So in order to get all these really good athletes out there to keep competing, you need more than one team. So the bulk of our league in baseball and softball is in those real young divisions, coach pitch, t-ball.
Has baseball started playing some of the Sandlot format as well, or just softball?
Not yet.
Not yet. We
Not
haven't
yet.
reached that. We do have a couple of travel teams that do engage in the recreation league with our department, and they're fantastic. They're very big advocates for recreational league, and then whatever sanction they're with, they just make it a workout or something like that just to stay conditioned for their games. But no, for baseball we haven't experienced that yet. We're pretty loaded over there on all sides. The 15U and 12U are around 3 teams per division, so that's still just enough, but we might have had some more teams per those divisions.
Yeah.
So they're taking a little bit of hit, but everybody else is pretty well.
Other than baseball and softball, what else is going on right now as far as organized sports go?
Soccer.
And that's.
So you're running soccer year round, or you running just 2 seasons? What are you doing with soccer?
It's 2 seasons. It's
fall.
1 season, but for soccer, for some reason, the season starts in the fall. So a new season will start this fall, and then it concludes in the spring.
Well,
But that could change because we're
Yeah.
not sanctioned. So
Yeah, we this was our first year for soccer, so we kind of tried to mimic what we've
was there.
known or saw, and so it was the fall season that rolled over to spring, but we might look at just doing a fall season only and a spring season only next time around, just to help out with keeping those players committed or knowing who's still committed for the springtime season. We're at like 424 soccer players right now for the spring season. And some of those we weren't quite sure what that total number would be due to players getting drafted or staying on their teams, but then not knowing that they weren't coming back until after the coaches are like, hey, like,
Right.
I'm short now on my teams because 3 of my kids aren't coming back for this season. Like, oh, they didn't say that on their registrations or,
Right.
things like that, or reach out to us. So, growing pains for sure, but we are learning from all of that.
You got some new stuff coming up, and we'll talk about that after the break. You're watching The Morning Show on XL7-TV. We'll be back in just a moment.
At Letty's Mexican Restaurant, we are here to keep you safe during these difficult times, as well as serve you the best Mexican food in the area. That's why we've installed a convenient pickup window for all your to-go and pickup orders. as well as a covered outdoor seating area. Give us a call at 870-435-2532 to order your next meal. And don't forget, Letty's also provides catering for small parties or big events. Experience the best in Mexican cuisine. Letty's in Gassville.
The 10th annual Night with Your Knight and Father-Daughter Ball will be coming up April 21st and 22nd each night at the Shed in Mountain Home. Dads and daughters or mothers and sons date night, filled with dancing, dessert, a keepsake gift, and a limo ride. Don't miss an opportunity to make some memories. Tickets on sale now at mountainhomechristianacademy.com. That's the 10th annual Night with Your Knight and Father-Daughter Ball on April 21st and 22nd at the Shed in Mountain Home. Don't miss it.
You know, Harry, I think you were right. I hate to say it.
Are you talking to me?
Yes, I think it is finally time for us to move out of this place. Someplace closer to the churches, doctors, someplace you don't have to mow a huge yard. It's time we downsize.
No, I've seen that hottest hotshot agent guy. He's got himself a bunch of listings.
Well, I talked to Grace, and she had some wonderful things to say about the Z Team.
Oh yeah, we've heard them on the radio. You know, I checked out the website at retiredarkansas.net the other day. Didn't really look like they had a lot of listings.
They don't have a lot of listings because they sell them.
Well, maybe it's time for us to call the Z Team. You know, Marge, I think maybe this time you were right.
Well, there's a first time for everything.
Call the Z Team, Century 21 Lemac Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East Mountain Home. 870-405-0793.
Hi.
Welcome back to the I Wish segment of the morning show on XL7-TV. A lot of good things going on at the youth center and with the Parks and Rec. You know, you guys got a new director over there. He's made some changes. Things are going, some will say good and some will say bad. We'll just stick with the good.
That's right.
Youth football. You got flag football coming up?
Yes, sir. We are going to have a mini session. So normally we try to go for 8 weeks, 9 weeks. Summertime, we know parents are busy. We're trying not to compete with any of the other football programs that are happening too. So we started advertising on our Facebook page that we have flag football registrations opening up, and we'll hit off with assessments in May. We'll draft out the teams, and then games will start June 2nd, and we're looking at doing 2 games a week for each team, and it'll be for the month of June only is what we're going to try and do. So a fun, quick mini session. It's $30 per kid, and we'll need officials and volunteer coaches. So
as usual.
Team sponsors? You looking for team sponsors as well, or how are you doing that?
We're possibly changing that up this season. We'll either try to find an overall sponsor for the whole sport, and it helps us out with just the shirt orders and everything like that. But we're looking for a whole sponsor for the sport. And if we have so many kids signed up, or an abundant amount that that would be like a big fee, then we'll probably look for a couple of sponsorships. But every sponsor would be on maybe all the shirts and not just have the individual ones. And we'll have just different colors for each of the teams that go through with all the same sponsors and shirts.
Have you started sign up for that yet?
Yeah, well, we started like an interest list is what we're doing, because we won't know necessarily the fee that we're looking at until we see how many of those numbers that we're getting signed up. But the flag football registrations, we are taking the registrations for that now. Okay. And and we got check mark boxes for coaches, volunteer coaches, and officials if anybody's interested in officiating for it.
I think we're going to be pleasantly surprised with the number.
Yes.
It's picking up some traction on Facebook, and
absolutely
the registrations are starting to roll in at a pretty good clip. So
where will they play those games at?
We're looking at doing, and it sounds redundant, but over there at the soccer complex, over there at Dr. Ray Stahl Soccer Complex, I think is what we're looking at. They got some nice fields over there, and it'll happen. The games won't start until after our soccer seasons are done, so got to take advantage of those fields that we have going on over there.
What age group?
5 to 14 years old is what we're looking at. 5 to 14. Once we get those numbers in on, how many 5-year-olds we have, we'll divide up and see how we can divide out for the divisions for that, because you don't want to stick necessarily a 3-year gap with one division for the flag football. Granted, it's not tackle football or anything like that, but the speed of these kids and some of the sizes, they can vary. So we're trying not to put a big gap in there with the ages on their divisions.
So are you going to play 5-man, 8-man, or 11-man?
To be determined. It also depends on how many kids we have going on. We'll basically formulate the league based on the numbers that we have happening.
Okay. So that takes care of football. What have you got going on with volleyball? You said you've got some, which brought up the I wish portion of the show, volleyball and sand.
Yeah. We'll be doing a youth sand volleyball as well. We'll advertise out for that in a few weeks as we get football registrations continuing to come in. We'll start doing the sand volleyball. That'll be youth. I think that we're running the same age range, 5 to 14, and we'll build that league based off of the numbers that we have going on there too. These are all new for us, or flag footballs might have happened before, but
right.
New for the recent years. So we're just kind of building that league based off of the numbers that we see coming in, and we'll also do a adult co-ed volleyball too. So just be checking our Facebook page out. Come by the youth center. Come talk to us, and we'll give you updates on everything.
Let's talk about adult co-ed stuff going on with the Parks and Rec. Is there a lot of adult co-ed softball happening? Used to be a lot of that happen around here. Is that still going on?
It's not with this city. Now I know, like Billy Drury, he still has his rag ball, which is kind of like softball, and he does that as co-ed. So there's that goes on. But over the years, it just kind of just
because it's
out.
gone to being a competitive travel around thing too.
Yeah.
And it's just strange that people would rather travel around than just stay home and play amongst.
Oh, yeah, they're hardcore about it, too.
Is there still a church league that runs through the youth center?
No.
No.
There's no adult softball that goes to the youth center anymore. That's by the city anymore. It all kind of went towards the rag ball side of things, and then, like you said, there was a lot of travel that started happening with it. I'd have adult teams that was like, hey, we can't play late Friday, we're heading to Little Rock in the morning. Oh, okay, cool. I didn't know they did that. So it kind of went that route. So we started just trying to figure out, hey, let's just gear towards getting that age gap with the youth and just give them more options. The more options they have to be productive and be outside and be active, we're just going to keep throwing that at them, see what sticks. We're just going to keep on going. So.
But we are bringing back some of those adult sports
now,
or introducing new ones that they might stick to or be able to commit to for the season. Because, like Enoch had said, they had the teams and whatnot, but if they committed to other travel tournaments or things like that, that kind of put a wrench in their schedule.
Right. But there's been a good turnout for the
adult basketball.
They play pickup games Monday nights,
6 to 8
at the youth center.
So there's been quite a good turnout for that every Monday night.
And we're getting a little bit more pickleball in the evening times. We're getting a little bit more interest in that, Grant. And that has a wide range of people in there. I was just telling some kids that walked in, they're probably high school kids, they were telling us that they accidentally broke one of the benches outside the tennis courts. And they're like, well, we were playing pickleball. I was like, come inside and play pickleball on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And so we are really getting like a wider range of age right there for the pickleball ones. And it's really catching on in that younger division. And even young adults are joining up and going to that. And that's something that happens all year round.
When will the pool open?
Memorial Day. May 29th.
May 29th.
So they're probably getting started on it now to get it all leveled out and cleared up. And
yeah, they're starting to prep it. Manager is Cole Adams. He's in quite often, getting paperwork rolling, getting returning lifeguards, getting interviews for new lifeguards. So they're starting to get that ball rolling, get ready for it, start training, practicing, all of that good stuff.
How much involvement does the youth center have with the Mountain Home Hurricanes the swim club?
They use the pool for their meets. They give us their schedule. They let the pool manager know. They let the director know, Daniel. They'll let Kelly Lewis, the manager at the youth center, know. And sometimes they'll borrow some of our tables, chairs, stuff like that. Because those pool meets, they go. Seems like they go all day. So it'll be a full house. There'll be canopies out there all day long. But yeah, they'll let us know, and they'll use that pool all day long. We'll shut it down to everything else that day that they have a meet, and it's theirs. So.
And they do their practices there every morning too.
Yep. How many students do you have come over for the after-school program?
Wow. So we get our numbers they've been very, very good. We're
around
getting
150 right now for youth memberships.
Right. But after school every day, we probably get anywhere from, I'd say, 40 to 50 come off of the two buses. There's two different buses that come in. We'll get 40 to 50 Monday through Friday. Last summer, we had a huge, we were probably averaging 100 plus a day.
In the summer program?
When
does the summer program start?
As soon, the very next week school lets out. So when school
lets out on Friday, Monday morning
we'll start our programming, and we're in the process of starting to get that scheduled, and we'll offer indoor archery. We'll see if we can get Mad Science back in. They love a science. We do. Andrew is working with the Game and Fish to get a water. He's got a water safety day scheduled at the beginning of summer. He's also in the process of getting a fishing instruction kind of class out there at McCabe. We have resources here, we should use them. So get everybody out there to McCabe and do something fishing wise. He's in the process of seeing if he can get some kind of a Mountain Home or Arkansas, I guess kids of all ages like to hunt. I don't know when they start to hunt, but they like to hunt. So he's in the process with them and trying to get a day or couple of days where they can come in before that next season starts and maybe do a little bit of gun safety, hunter safety course. That's huge here in Mountain Home, and just get some safety out there so that there's no unnecessary accidents or mishaps or anything like that. So we're trying to get whatever we can get. Indoor archery, art class. We'll try to do a healthy cooking class, Mad Science, anything we can get to get the kids active.
What does the summer program cost?
Well, it's $40 for the year.
And that includes the summer.
Includes the summer programming. Now, every once in a while, if we have an outside entity coming in to do a course, and there might be some supplies, so if Megan were volunteering to come do a healthy cooking class, and they volunteer, none of them are looking for a payment. So what they'll do is maybe she'll give us a list for that week of what she's cooking and the ingredients it would take, and so we try to get enough to maybe feed 15 to 20 kids that want to take that course that week. So in order to kind of help with that cost, we might charge every kid who registers there like $5-10 just to offset to get those ingredients but other than that, if we can do it for free at that $40 for that, then that's what we'll do.
Cool. Well, we thank y'all for coming in this morning. Hope we covered everything you wanted to and then some.
I Wish was fun.
I Wish was fun.
Yeah,
there you
that
go.
was good. Yeah.
It's time for us to go. You've been watching The Morning Show on XL7-TV. We'll be back tomorrow. See you then.